Hello.
Hello.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of No Space, No Time. My name is Syriiel and I'm here on the Conscious Consumer Network every Wednesday evening to take you through a meditation, to give out a healing transmission, and then have some fun and fascinating chats with a guest, talking about his or her personal experiences of anomalies or glitches in the matrix, showing us that this so-called reality is not what it seems. And I'm also reaching out to you again this week to remind you to please email in and share your own personal experiences regarding things that are not supposed to happen in this reality. Because I want to give you all the opportunity to share your experiences in a safe place. So there's no need to mention any names of any people who were with you at the time, because I'm not interested in saving any personal information. And you may also remain anonymous. I just want you to share your experiences. Share what the experience was and where it happened. So if enough of you email in with your experiences, we may discover a pattern which could reveal where on planet Earth the matrix is breaking down most or where the most activity is happening. So please email me at the address on the screen. Tonight, my guest is Angelika Simpson. Officially, Angelika is a fully trained psychotherapist, but with a much more holistic, spiritual and very alternative view of healing. She is very much outside the limiting psychotherapy box. I first met Angelika back in 2007, 2008, when we were both on a very intense energetic kinesiology course run by Dr. Charles T. Krebs, PhD. And we reconnected a few months ago when she came to me for a healing session. Since then, Angelika's been having weekly light body sessions with me, and we've come to know each other fairly well, and we've had some really good discussions. So this is how I came to know some of her experiences, and she has very kindly agreed to come on this week's show to share with us. Angelika is also very knowledgeable in the field of archaeology and will shortly be taking a degree in this field. So she will also be sharing some extremely interesting archaeological facts that challenge this so-called reality. And thank you, Angelika, for coming on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, so Angelika, of course, will be joining us for the meditation and the healing transmission. So I hope you enjoy both of those, Angelika, and we'll chat afterwards.
I hope I will. Thank you.
Okay. So now it is meditation time. This is the Awaken the Spark Within meditation, which we will be repeating each week until I feel it's time to move on to a new meditation. As I said last week, we are going to be repeating it because each time you do this meditation, you're going to be going just that little bit deeper. So we will continue with this for a while. So I want you all now to relax. Get into a comfortable position. Take your shoes off if possible. Sit, lay down, whichever you can do. Whatever feels the most comfortable for you. Close your eyes. Clear your mind. Be at peace. And ignore the fighting that are going on in the background in my house. Okay. So now, Focus on the point approximately 2 to 3 fingers width below your navel. Staying at the level of this point, shift your focus to right inside your body. Go right inside. You are now in your core. Breathe deeply, slowly and deeply. Breathe in the pure light of spirit and exhale this pure light into your core. Fill the space. Fill the space with this pure loving light with every out breath. Feel it spread out, revitalizing your core. Keep breathing, saturating your core with spirit. As this pure, loving light spreads, it reveals a door. We will call this door the lower door, door number 1. Walk towards this door with thanks and gratitude and a smile from your heart center. Open the door and step through. You are now in the lower chamber of your core. Breathe deeply, slowly and deeply. Breathe in the pure light of spirit and exhale this pure light into the lower chamber of your core, filling it completely with pure, loving light. Keep breathing. And with every exhalation, feel this light spread, revitalizing your lower chamber, clearing away all stuck and dense energies. Revitalizing your physical body. Keep breathing. With every exhalation, more is cleared, more and more. As this pure loving light spreads, it reveals a door. We will call this door the middle door, door number 2. Walk towards this door with thanks and gratitude and a smile from your heart center. Open the door and step through. You are now in the middle chamber of your core, the chamber of the heart. Breathe deeply, slowly and deeply. Fill this chamber with love. Breathe in the pure light of spirit and exhale this pure light into the middle chamber of your core, filling it completely with pure, loving light. Keep breathing. With every exhalation, feel the light spread, revitalizing your middle chamber, clearing away all stuck and dense energies, and clearing away all energies that are not loving energies. Keep breathing. And with every exhalation, more dense energy is cleared. Continue breathing until the only energy that can exist in this chamber is that of love. As love takes over, yet another door is revealed. We will call this door the upper door. Door number 3. Walk towards this door with thanks and gratitude and a smile from your heart center. Open the door and step through. You are now in the upper chamber of your core. This is your core connection to spirit and the spiritual realms. Breathe deeply, slowly and deeply. Breathe in the pure light of spirit and exhale this pure light into the upper chamber of your core, filling it completely with pure, loving light. Keep breathing. Here, with every exhalation, feel the light spread, revitalizing this upper chamber of your core, clearing away all stuck and dense energies, clearing away all blocks to higher dimensions, opening and strengthening your connection to spirit. Keep breathing. Feel this pure light spread until there is nothing else but pure loving light. Keep breathing. Now all 3 chambers are filled with pure, loving, gentle, and powerful light of spirit. Pause in this love. Feel the peace. Now take an even deeper breath. And this time exhale strongly, expanding this pure loving light of spirit, exploding it further and further and further, dimension to dimension, further and further, until you experience a sudden stillness. You are now at source. You have reached source. Feel this stillness. Feel the peace. Feel the love. Bathe in this exquisite energy and give thanks for all that you are and for all that is. Remain in this state. Remember exactly how it feels. Remember the stillness. Remember so that you can return to this state at will. any time you wish to, and give thanks for this. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, returning to this reality, but whilst keeping your strong connection to Source. As you all start to come back to the space we're in, I will talk a little about this week's healing transmission. We continue this week with our focus on the solfeggio frequencies, but this week the transmission involves another 2 different frequencies. This week's frequencies to be transmitted are 285 Hertz solfeggio, and this frequency is regarding information and the Akashic records. And this will be immediately followed by the transmission of 396 Hertz. And this solfeggio frequency is about liberating guilt and fear. You will receive these transmissions this evening and then automatically for the following 2 days. During the transmission, when you hear me mention the living matrix, what I am speaking of is all the connective tissue within the physical body. I'm not referring to the 3D matrix reality. The living matrix is a vital part of our systems because it connects everything that is inside of us, all organs, glands, it connects everything. So I will also pause from time to time to allow for things to shift. And so there will be a few silent moments while this happens. So I pause, and then when I feel the shift has happened, I will continue speaking. Within that stillness, don't worry, I will be here still, and the connection will still be here. So you just remain calm, relaxed, eyes closed, and receive. So just relax and enjoy. Okay, so once again, if you've come out of your comfortable position, please go back into your comfortable position. Close your eyes and relax. Take a deep breath and exhale slowly. Healing transmission team, please open and prepare a multidimensional space for a solfeggio healing transmission. Thank you. Teams, please clear and remove all dense energies from my space and from the space of each being receiving this healing transmission. Thank you. I address all the guides, masters, and teams of each being receiving this healing transmission to please come online now. Please be on standby, ready to assist and support the being that you are working with. Solfeggio Masters online now. Thank you. All teams ready to begin? Thank you. let us begin. Please, teams, clear, align and unblock all channels, pathways and transduction points flowing into the fields of the being you are working with through all relevant systems right down to the cellular level, the DNA, RNA and all the nuclear bases, in readiness for this being to be open to receive with love the solfeggio frequency 285 Hertz. We request the immediate opening and clearing of the pericardium meridian and the immediate clearing of any unworthiness to receive, conscious or subconscious, on all levels, to ensure the full reception of all healing frequencies. Thank you. Teams, please activate the inflow of solfeggio frequency 285 Hertz now. On all levels and layers multidimensionally throughout space and time, we command for each receiving being all of the following: the encouragement and facilitation of tissue repair on all levels. Full rejuvenation. The energizing of all systems, physical and etheric. The clearing and opening of all pathways from the blueprints of all systems, organs and glands, right down to their physical levels, enabling all repair and restoration signals to be received and activated at both the physical and physical etheric levels. We command the opening and raising of information flows to optimal levels, multidimensionally, wherever needed. We command that all necessary repairs, corrections, and changes to the Akashic records with this new information are made multidimensionally. Thank you. All teams, please clear, align and unblock all channels, pathways and transduction points flowing into the fields of the being you are working with through all relevant systems, right down to the cellular level, the DNA, RNA, and all nucleobases, in readiness for the being you are working with to be open to receive with love the solfeggio frequency 396 hertz. We request the immediate opening and clearing of the pericardium meridian and the immediate clearing of any unworthiness to receive, conscious or subconscious, on all levels, to ensure the full reception of all healing frequencies. Thank you. Teams, please activate the inflow of solfeggio frequency 396 hertz now. Thank you. On all levels and layers, multidimensionally throughout space and time, we command for each receiving being the transformation of grief to joy, the graceful clearing of all hidden and suppressed blockages multidimensionally, the graceful clearing of all subconscious negative beliefs, we command the successful achievement of all heart-based goals. We command the liberation of guilt and fear. All teams and solfeggio masters, please repeat these transmissions daily for as long as is necessary for each being. Both the transmission of solfeggio frequency 285 hertz and 396 hertz, along with all their awakening and healing qualities for another 2 days, making a total of 3 days. Thank you. We give great thanks to all the beings who assisted in this solfeggio healing transmission. Thank you. We now return to the earth plane, fully present and intact on all levels. Thank you. So slowly come back and open your eyes. I hope you all enjoyed that and that you will fully reap all the benefits of those frequencies. And I thank you all for being a part of this and for the opportunity to work with you all. Thank you. So over now to Angelika. Thank you again for joining us on No Space, No Time.
You're welcome. I'm joyed to be here.
Oh, good. I hope you enjoyed the meditation and healing transmission.
Absolutely, yes.
Good. So, please now share your experience with us. The one which was either a reality shift or a timeline shift. We don't know quite what it was, do we?
Yeah, exactly.
So please go ahead and share.
Okay, so what happened to me was about 10 years ago, I would say. I just have moved into a new area and was frequenting the only supermarket, which happened to be a Tesco by all means, and was on my usual shop. And on some level, I knew this day was different than other days, but didn't pay much attention to that. So I entered the shop as usual. Being in the entrance hall, suddenly I remember now there was an eerie silence. Well, it's normally very busy, very big Tesco. An eerie silence. I looked straight ahead and I didn't recognize anything at all anymore. Everything in that supermarket that used to be on the right side suddenly was on the left side and vice versa. And then on top of it, everything that was in front when you enter the shop was now suddenly at the back, and everything that was at the back was at the front. And all I could do just stay there. I couldn't move. I was just couldn't think, was totally and utterly surprised and very scared, very frightened at the same time because I didn't understand what was happening. And I don't even know, I lost all sense of time. I don't know for how long it lasted. But finally, I looked around and everything was back at the normal place. And so I went on with my shopping, a bit shaken up, I have to say. And but I never forgot this experience, and I can't explain it at all. But I felt afterwards I lost my mind. I felt a bit mentally unwell because I thought it is me. My brain is cracking up or something. So that was a really weird experience.
It's interesting that you say that after a certain time everything went back.
Yeah.
Our guest last week had a similar experience where a whole road system had completely changed, and he thought he was going mad or beginning Alzheimer's or something.
Yeah.
And that all eventually went back into place as he knew it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was quite frightened and thought he was going a bit mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything went back to normal, just like with your experience. So you don't know if it was you'd suddenly stepped into a different reality or if it was a different time.
Yes. Yeah.
What was the eerie silence like?
Eerie.
Yeah.
Really, it was more on a feeling level. It felt like falling into a nothingness.
Oh, wow.
It was really, I had no ground to stand on.
Oh, wow.
More like that.
Wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the frightening part, I think, of it all.
Mm.
And then not recognizing anything anymore in a normal, familiar place.
Of course, yeah. Were people moving?
No,
Or,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean, were there people? I mean, were they just standing still?
Yes, that's how it seemed to me. The
Oh,
same
wow.
people, but there
Mm.
was a split, a reality split, so to speak. I don't know.
Wow. Wow, that's really interesting. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Have you had any other kind of similar experiences?
Probably quite a few, but maybe they were so quickly over that I didn't fully remember. When I think back, I usually have these kind of slips in the
Oh, good.
time,
Oh,
but
good. Why am I saying oh, good? But yeah.
I cannot really remember it fully.
Oh,
But
okay.
from now on, I will pay more attention to it.
Yes, do. And note them
Yeah.
down
Yes. Hmm.
so
Yeah.
we can share them on the show.
Yeah. What happens to me, particularly here in London, when I walk somewhere, I suddenly am in a different time.
Oh, really?
So I'm living close to Greenwich now, and it's a very maritime kind of environment
Yeah.
with all the docks and everything. And particular around the Maritime Museum, I often feel I can hear and I can see and I can smell. So I'm back in the time of Nelson, for
Oh,
example. I
wow.
can see these captains in their uniforms and their how's it called, daggers? No, not daggers, swords at
Okay.
the side, and their boots when they have the riding boots on that make noises when they walk.
Oh,
I
wow.
can see that I'm amongst them, walking along.
That's
It's
really
very weird.
cool.
Yes. Hmm. Yeah.
But so how does it feel? It feels to me like you're very just comfortable with that.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't scare me at all. I have come to accept that that's me.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. And that I go back to many timelines, very ancient times as well.
Oh, good.
So
So
I
it's
remember
not
a
in
lot of
particular.
past lives.
Ah, so it's not just one particular time. You
No,
all.
no,
Oh,
no. Hmm.
so what is it always? Does it always happen in the same place, same area?
Um, it happens a lot here where I am now, but in other countries where I have been, it has happened as well. So it's not only one area, no.
No, so it's just you rather than the area.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. Hmm. Yeah.
Does it? How long does it last for? Normally, does it vary?
It varies because I have no sense of time.
Of course, no space, no time.
No, I'm just gone from this reality.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But it doesn't happen if I'm going for an appointment, for example.
Oh, well,
If,
well that's convenient.
so it usually happens when I'm walking, when I'm just chilling out, so to speak, because then probably I'm in the right frame of mind.
Exactly. Yeah, you're in the right kind of
Yeah.
state
Yes, I think so.
for that to happen.
Yeah.
So, what do you think it's showing you? Is it giving you a message? Do you think when you travel, suddenly you find yourself in a different time? Um, do you think there's a particular message that you're being given?
Yes, definitely. I learn more about who I am eternally from lifetime to lifetime. And it reminds me constantly that this is just one of many lives I have had.
Mm.
And it will pass, you know.
Okay. So you feel it's more just shifting to of previous or future incarnations, if you're thinking linear time.
Yes, and it shows, it links in completely with my interest in archaeology. Because what do I want to find? I want to dig and find out what happened in the past.
Yeah.
And so these past life memories that are coming up in different locations, I think that digging up for me my own past and what was important, what type of person I am and
Mm.
what I always stood for and
Okay.
of what side I always was on.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was never one of the people wanting power and wanting to be rich and you know having it all. That
Yeah.
was never my. I was always finding out what is the truth, what is really going on.
Mm. I like that.
And I have been the same all my lifetimes. What
Mm.
I've been shown.
What do you feel the most um, ancient one is that you've slipped into?
Sumer,
Sumer. Oh, cool.
yes. And it happened to me when I was in Cairo, in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
funnily enough, that wasn't Egyptian stuff that was coming up there, but
mm,
from Sumer, Sumerian.
yeah.
I was walking in a kind of desert area in Cairo, and suddenly the sand opened up, and I was surrounded by buildings, Sumerian buildings. That was really, really clear to me. I had no doubt about it. And I found around me um, charts of scriptures on it, Sumerian cuneiform
Yeah.
scriptures on it. So that was really clear. And I was walking with 5 children. I had 5 children. I
Wow.
was a young mother. And we were walking there very, very happy. So I had a happy life there.
Oh, good. Wow. So all these experiences are helping you to become more whole
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
and
Yes.
and expansive.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Mhm.
And also proving that time is not linear and
Mhm.
that all things happen at one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Although that is something very difficult to understand
Of course, yeah, it's hard
because
to grasp.
we are so programmed in this kind of linear thinking. We're
Yeah.
going from A to B. There's no other way.
Mm. Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah, time is a construct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very hard to get away from that.
Yeah.
You're doing really well though.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. Just slipping into another time.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And great for your archaeology studies.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's complete first-hand experience.
Yes, that's what I want. I want to learn the techniques, how you do this. When you see a mount somewhere, how do you approach it? How can you find out? So I
Yeah.
remember when I was very little, let's say 3 years old, where in Germany we lived close to the North Sea. And in summertime we always were by the sea. And all my playmates, my friends, they were building sand castles and all this kind of stuff. and I always was digging in the ground. I made all the holes, but they were very happy about because they got all the good sand from my digging. I always was interested, what's under the sand? What can I find? Sometimes I found stuff, but I would never know what it was. But now I will learn to find out what is it really that I find.
Oh, do you know what would be cool is take for instance, if you had an archaeological object in your hand
Mm.
and you could just say, oh, take me to the time when this was made, and
Yeah.
then find out what was going on around you at that time.
Yes, for me personally, in the scientific community, they would laugh at that.
Oh yeah, of course they would.
But for my own interest,
Yeah,
definitely.
you could do that
Yeah,
personally
yeah, yes,
without telling anybody in the scientific community. Of
yeah,
course, yeah.
yes, yeah.
They
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't go
Mm-hmm.
down well with them probably.
No, they wouldn't like that one. No.
But wow, what an insight you would get.
Yes,
What
yes,
an insight.
yes. And imagine I would be able to work together with those archaeologists who are already not mainstream anymore. They do this, what they call forbidden archaeology,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
are aware of the antiquity of humanity and of all the sentient beings on this planet.
yeah. Have you begun to make contact with any of these people yet?
Um, no, but it's easy to do that. It's easy because they do, for example, uh, let lead people into Egypt, into the pyramids and so, and explain them and show them Peru, for example, or the ancient sites there. So it's easy to do this if I wanted to.
Yeah, you really should do that.
Yeah. But I want to know more about archaeology. And
Mm.
because I want to be really part of that, I want to be at where it's happening, like
Yeah,
in Turkey and so on. You know, I would like to be there.
like the figurines that you showed me
Yes, in the British Museum.
that are, how old did you say they actually are?
Hmm, about, well, I'm very skeptical what the British Museum is saying how old they are.
Yes,
So they are
how old
talking
you
they
said
are
they are.
they are talking about 4,000 BC.
Yeah.
I question that really. They're
Mm,
much older.
mm.
So but they don't look human-like, isn't it?
Exactly.
They look
Yeah,
like ETs,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like reptiles. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them look like reptilians, some of them
Yes,
ET.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. And this is the stuff I want to learn more about and study later on.
Mm.
Find out more about that.
And you said these same figurines are found all over the world, not
All
just
over
in one
the world,
place.
all over the world.
Mm.
And they find objects which are not in mainstream archaeology. They find objects millions, hundreds of millions of years old, and they look the same all over the planet. You find the same kind of figurines in South Africa than you find in Greece, for example, or in all over the continents. And on top of it, there is a writing that no one so far could decipher.
Mm.
Writing is found all over the planet.
Oh,
So
wow.
what they find out now that in, I don't know, billions of years, the continents were more together,
That's right. Yeah.
and there was one people and one script, one language, and so on. So
Mm.
it was a completely different time.
I'd like to see this language. Have you got any link you can send me?
Yes, I could do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's an Austrian, he's not an archaeologist, he's just interested in it all. And he has a very good reputation, so people approach him when they find something strange.
Oh, okay.
And he takes it to Austria and lets it examine in the universities and so on to find out what material it is and how old it is. And his name is Klaus Donner. And he is the one mainly who reports about these things.
Oh, okay.
But I will send you the link, yes.
Yeah, please. Yeah, because I'm very interested in this myself.
Yeah.
Like when I said to you the other week about the batteries that were found in Iraq.
Yes.
What I didn't know was that you said they're still working.
Yes. Yes. And I found something else. I looked around on the internet and so on. So one thing is already very clear in the Vedic scriptures in ancient India. They are talking about that human beings are 2 billion years old.
Oh, okay.
So that's already written. And I found something interesting. I mentioned yesterday in ancient coal mines.
Yes.
They found in Russia, for example, they found embedded in the coal, which is about 300,000 years old. They found something that looked like an ordinary tablet, like an iPad. I looked up, tried to find a link, but I couldn't find it anymore. But I found something even more interesting. There was something here in Australia when there was some kind of earthquake.
Okay.
And there was a lot of movement in the earth itself. And it brought up ancient pebbles.
Okay.
And people on the beach walking along looking for certain pebbles, and one found a pebble which is 250 million years old.
Yeah.
Found embedded in it a microchip.
Oh, cool.
And there are photos all over. It really looks like a microchip. Computer freaks tested this microchip and it is still submitting data. It is still active.
Wow.
Submitting data to where we do not know.
Wow.
It's fascinating.
Wow, I really want to see the
link if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course, all these things are kept very quiet.
Yeah. Yes.
But the fact that it is still working.
Yeah. Still submitting data.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. Yes.
So I guess they haven't figured out what kind of data is actually on it.
No, no. Yeah, but then there's so much. For example, in Russia, in ancient coal mines again, they found for 300 million years old a piece of aluminum. And they could really see it's a part of a machine that could still be working today. Made of 98% aluminum and 2% of magnesium. It's totally artificially made.
Yeah.
It's not naturally occurring. And so they're asking themselves, is it made by aliens? Are they time travelers who did that? Nobody knows, but it's 300 million years old. Or they found a bell that looks like a bell they would use in Tibetan meditation and so on, fully functioning with a figure on top, and the figure on top that looks like an ancient deity. You could still recognize it. It's 100 million years old.
Wow.
And man-made with a mixture of different metals we wouldn't even be able to do now.
Wow.
And it's still ringing and totally intact.
Brilliant.
Yes. There's a brick wall, a proper brick wall in Oklahoma, 320 million years old, again found in a coal mine.
Wow.
That's why they can know how old it is,
Yes,
because
of
if
course.
it's part of the coal, they can carbon date the coal.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how they know it.
Yeah.
In Germany, they found a carving of a lion man about 30 centimeters tall, perfectly carved, 40,000 years old. Yeah, again, in some kind of mines.
Wow.
So, I mean, there's so many things. It's unbelievable. Then in Russia, that was interesting as well. This is 300 to 360 million years old. Again, in a coal mine, embedded a proper a chariot wheel, like we know from the old Roman films, you know, a
Wow.
proper chariot wheel.
Wow.
And they found it, photographed it, put it into public knowledge, and the ministries and so came over, took all the photographs and suppressed all the information about that. And this happens to all these things that they find. It's being taken away, suppressed. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Like the giants.
Yes.
Evidence.
Because science has got fixed ideas about the human origin, and therefore we don't hear anything about it. They don't want their paradigm to be disturbed. There might be usually religious reasons, because the Bible says humanity is that amount of old, and that's it, and everything else. And what I find as well, the giants they find,
Yeah.
the skeletons of giants all over the planet, they find them everywhere.
Yeah, well, I used to live in Bahrain, and people there say, oh, yeah, it's common knowledge. As you can find, there's loads of giants' tombs in Oman. You know, it's just like, oh, it's just a normal thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like massive coffins, you know, like at least 12 feet long.
Yeah.
You know, people say, oh, yeah, it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
We know they're there.
Yeah.
But I think there's only so much time left in which these can be suppressed. You know, at some point, all of this has to come out.
Yeah. Yes.
I really believe that it cannot be suppressed forever.
No.
Because people are joining together to disclose so many things.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And partly due to the internet. I mean, it's so easily accessible, that kind of information.
Yeah.
At the moment. You know.
Yeah, it is annoying though when you find something and then it's been taken down.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
And what is becoming more and more clear, that human beings coexisted with dinosaurs. They were not separate, they were not later. And some even say human beings were before dinosaurs. Yeah, in Ecuador, for example, they found bones and tools of giants that were 5 meters to 7.5 meters tall.
wow, that's
Yes.
taller than I've heard of.
Yes, yeah. And they are 140 million years old.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. And something interesting as well, that these people at the time were farmers already. and cultivated plants like fruit, vegetables. They found petrified bananas, petrified avocados, cocoa beans, and human bones together that are 140 million years old. Isn't that interesting?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So that was even before dinosaurs should have existed.
Mm. You know, you should create a website with all this
Yes.
information. And put
It's
it
so
out there.
fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
You,
Yeah.
you should have your own forbidden archaeology website.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or not call it forbidden archaeology, call it something else.
Maybe real archaeology.
Yeah, yeah, true archaeology.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
it's fascinating when you think of when people talk about time. What time are they talking about? What do they really mean?
yeah, exactly.
History.
Mm.
What are they selling us as history? What does that mean?
Mm.
So,
It's just programming, isn't it?
yes, when they talk about the Romans and the Greeks, thinking about that was recently, that was last week.
Yeah.
In the time frame of it all,
Yeah, that's just yesterday.
yeah, a bit like that. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so with your talent, you're shifting into different times. Do you think that you could learn to do that at will? Or does it just randomly happen?
Um, I think I could do this at will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think you could too.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yes,
that's really cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I just wonder, just before it happens, because you're saying when you're not going for an appointment or anything, you're just kind of chilled, walking
Yes,
along.
yeah.
Um, do you, just before it happens, do do you ever recall thinking about a certain time or thinking about anything and then you find yourself there, or
No,
no, it just
no.
happens?
It just happens.
Mm. So like maybe with somewhere you've walked before, or
Yes, yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and so somewhere subconsciously you have that, oh, I've been here before, and then you go back to that time.
Yeah, an example would be here in Greenwich again. There's one church built by Hogmore. It's a very strange place, very strange kind of energy. I remember the first time I went there, I didn't I didn't feel like going inside the church. I was fine just walking around in the surroundings, and I felt so good. I
Mm.
felt really, really at peace, happy. And every time I came back to Greenwich to visit, it was my first port of call just to walk around on the grounds. And then one day, a friend of mine wanted to come as well and have a look. And I said, okay, I took her along. And she's schizophrenic. And at that time, she was quite unwell. So I thought, well, I'll walk with her, talk to her, keep her at peace a bit. And then I said, let's go to the church, let's walk around and sit down and just relax. So she was a bit frantic, so I took her, we sat down on the grounds. Just for a moment, suddenly she went really quiet, very peaceful. Suddenly she looked at me and she said, you know what? I'm really happy. And she was really all right for the rest of the day. How long it lasted, I don't know.
Mm.
So when I am a bit out of sorts, I go there and immediately, bang, I'm back to normal. It's
Mm.
unbelievable. Okay. So what I wanted to say as well, one day I went inside and I was just sitting there and looking around the windows and like you do in a church,
Yeah.
so taking in the scenery. And I was sitting there and suddenly I was overcome with rage and anger. I could have screamed the whole place down. And I thought, what's happening? And all the words that came out, I didn't say anything, I was quiet. But internally, this is all wrong. What are they doing here? This funny man on the cross. Everything is wrong. They should go. What is, and I could see through the floor into the ground, and there was an old druid place. It was a sacred ground for the druids.
Uh-huh.
And this was all coming up, and I was so comfortable at that old place. I must have been part of that. And then I realized, yes, of course, this is all wrong.
They built they built the church on the Druid holy ground.
But that feeling was absolutely intense. Oh my God, that weight. And then I explained to me why I was never happy in churches, why I was never happy in our type of religion, in Christianity, or even Islam, Hinduism, whatever. Nothing of this is right because it's all man-made. There are all parts of truth in it, yes. But that became very clear. It was a very intense experience.
Well, when you mix truths up with lies, then it's hard for people to know, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You make a big lie and put a few truths in it.
Yeah.
And then it's easy for people to get sucked in.
Yeah.
So there's part of the Druid, the holy ground, it sounds like it's a conditioned space.
Yes. Yes.
You can have a conditioned space that is conditioned with positive energy, loving energy.
Yeah.
Or you can have a conditioned space where all negative things have happened. So there's negative kind of vibe there.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know, because some of us who are sensitive, we go to a place where, oh, I don't want to go there.
Yes.
This doesn't feel right. Don't go there.
Yeah.
And other places just, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you have this a lot.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Which is why you moved to where you are.
Yeah. I had a lot of past lives here. Yeah.
Oh.
And around the river, the Thames, has a slight bend when it moves forward towards the village.
Yes.
And that bend always attracted me. And I had a vision of me drowning there, being on a ship in the 1600s. And in this vision, I was told the whole story. And I was coming originally from Denmark. I might have been, don't know, on a ship from Denmark to Greenwich because I was going to get married. And my future husband was waiting for me to pick me up in Greenwich when my ship arrives. And at that particular bend from Woolwich to Greenwich, there are slight currents sometimes in the water. And the ship went down and I drowned. And I could see myself floating in the murky water, long hair and all these beautiful dresses and all my luggage, everything around me floating in the water. And in my vision, I was nearing myself, so to speak. being dead floating in the water. And I felt so sorry. I thought, oh my God, how sad.
Mm.
And so then I came back and looked at the shore where all the people waiting, and for me to get married and so on. So that's a sad story, but it helped me in a way to lose my fear of drowning. I always had that
Oh,
because now I understand. For
no.
example, I always find it difficult to get my head underwater. Even washing my hair is an effort,
Mm.
getting water over my head.
Yeah, that
And
would explain it, wouldn't it?
now I understand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And because so you also do the mudlarking, don't you? That there's
Yes,
people going
yeah.
people who don't know what mudlarking is. Could you explain that to us?
Yes, certain tides in the water changes. So when the water is gone in the river,
In the
all
Thames specifically, isn't it?
the foreshore is exposed, and you can walk along, and you're not allowed to dig. This is really interesting. If you would dig there, whatever you find belongs to the queen
Oh,
automatically.
oh,
So
really?
when you walk, you can pick up things
Mm.
and you find all kinds of shards and really interesting things at times. Yes, I like to do that. But
Mm.
I would never know what I really find.
But now you're with the
No, I will learn about that. Yes.
ah, you may even find something from the drowning at some point.
Thinking, yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you find pottery shards and so on from
Mm.
the 1500s, 1600s,
Mm.
Elizabethan times a lot.
Mm.
And yeah, it would be possible.
You also get a lot of information from dreams, don't you?
Yeah, yes,
Which I would say some of these kind of dreams, because I know when a dream is a dream that I have, and then when it's something else, and it's actually something else happening. It's not a dream.
yeah,
It's you've astrally travelled somewhere.
yeah.
So you have a lot of that, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm astral traveling, but I dream a lot. So I
Mm.
dream past lives and I dream about, yeah, ancient deities and so on.
Mm.
Some dreams are very instructing me of what to do,
Mm.
what to pay attention to.
Can you give us an example?
Um,
Or is that hard? You probably don't record them, do you? Write them down.
yeah, it's an interesting dream I had. I strongly believe in the Sirius star system, and I strongly believe, like the ancient Egyptians, that has really influence on our human existence here still,
Mm-hmm.
and that most of the ancient Egyptian gods have come from Sirius star system or are still connected to it. And I very much resonate with that. I know that. But I most of the time forget and don't feel any kind of spiritual connection. And I know these are the times when I'm really lost and overcome by worries and oh my God, and all this kind of thoughts, feel completely alone and abandoned and so on. And then I have a dream, and the last dream, I think whoever is sending me these dreams cannot make it more clear. So in the dream, a cushion comes towards me, a beige kind of cushion, and I was told to find the exact center of this cushion and put glue into the center so
Okay.
that this cushion then can attach itself into here my heart area, into my own center.
Oh, wow.
So you can explain the dream in all kinds
Yes.
of things, but my understanding is that this is a message from the Sirius star system, because I always forget. Now they attach themselves, so I can't forget. So what I did, one of my cushions that I had already that resembled the one in my dream, I found the exact center, bought myself some glue because I didn't have any at home, put the glue in there, and now I have this cushion everywhere, so I never forget.
Oh, wow.
And it makes me feel better, absolutely.
Of course. So whenever you see it, you think, oh, I'm connected.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Or when I feel a bit of grief or a bit of things are happening, then I get my cushion and then I feel okay again.
So not comfort blankie, but cushion.
It's a bit like that. Yes, it's a bit like that.
Oh, gosh. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you anything more to share with us?
There would probably be a lot, but I feel at the moment it's enough.
Okay then. Okay, so we'll wind things up then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
thank you so much, Angelika, for sharing with us in
Well,
the
you're welcome.
time. It's been fascinating
Okay.
and really good fun.
Right.
And I look forward to receiving those links.
Okay, I will send them to you.
Are there any links that you could just I know you can't give out the links now, but is there any way you can direct people to if they want to read more about what you've been talking?
Yes. There is a documentary on YouTube
Mm,
which is called Ancient Artifacts 2018.
okay, ancient artifacts.
Yes, it's proof mankind coexisted with dinosaurs.
Okay,
And the channel is, the one who put up the documentary is called Disclosed Truth TV.
Disclosed Truth TV.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Thank you. So then
okay.
people can read some more for themselves and
Yeah, yes. And there's another interesting um, channel who does these kind of interesting videos. It's called Mystery History.
mystery history.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, so it's been a pleasure to have you on the show.
It
And
was a pleasure to be here.
please do note down any more interesting experiences and time shifts that you have.
I will.
And yes, and we can keep everyone updated. And perhaps have you back on the show at some point.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
so one last thing, sending out grounding frequencies to everyone. And don't forget to email in with your own experiences, and I will be back next Wednesday, same time, with a new guest who is already lined up. And thank you all for joining me in No Space, No Time. And I hope you'll be joining me again next week. Good night.
Humanity has been on an epic journey of discovery, learning the truth about the world we live in. New discoveries about the true origins of humanity, ancient history, free energy, as well as the systematic corruption of world governments are now on the forefront of our daily reality. Is the world headed towards destruction based on control and power? or is an opportunity now being presented to shift and uplift into a higher consciousness. My name is Mel V, co-founder and creative director of Conscious Consumer Network, an independent broadcast network that was launched on the 1st of January 2015. In the last 3 years, Conscious Consumer Network has broadcast over 2,800 shows in multiple languages, featuring guests from across the world, whilst creating media that is aimed at the creation of a free, fair, peaceful, just, sustainable world. Conscious Consumer Network provides full training and an interactive support network for all broadcasters, and we are always looking for inspiring and educational content.
Hi, this is Lainey Liberty.
And this is Mira Siegel.
In 2018, Conscious Consumer Network has expanded to multiple broadcast locations, increasing our availability and reach across the world, remaining on the cutting edge of independent media. If we wish to create a better world, we must first create better media, geared towards real education instead of indoctrination.
You guys really are what changing the world is going to be about. It's educating kids at a grassroots level.
Having become a pillar of stability in the turbulent world of independent media, we have even more going on in 2018. Conscious Consumer Network is a publicly funded network, and we rely on all of you to keep us on the air. Show your support for independent media by donating to our 2018 Network Support Fund. Dare to seek a better world. Support independent media.